Yo, yo, yo! What's going on, folks? Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. I hope you guys are all surviving the mayhem that we call the markets. Our slow drip, 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 drip. We were bear flagging kind of around this 200-day moving average, and today, we flushed. We've been kind of waiting for a little bit of a flush, right? It's been dry the last few days, and lo and behold, we started off weak in the morning once again, and then splat. Splat, the market rolled over. So the kind of current theme and really the only play that's been working well the last couple of weeks is these opening gap reversals. It seems like the market starts off in the morning, the first 5-10 minutes, with a slight gap up or some morning strength, and then that strength gets quickly faded and rolled over. And once again, that happened. We had like one 5-minute candle where the market spiked up in the first few minutes. Once again, things looked okay. And then, boom, the sellers come in and roll out the market. And then we pretty much, consistently just had a trend down day for the rest of the day. Let's see here. Yeah, first candle, we splat up. And then, right, it's just a series of, lower highs all day, and then towards the end we really started to cascade with very little bounces. And so today was one of those days you could only really short stocks unless you were long Facebook or ANF. Go figure, ANF is up 30% or something today. But really, besides those two stocks, right, there was only nothing really going on the long side. And it's a shorter's market, and that's kind of the way we go. Now, we're starting to get really oversold here and really stretched to the downside. And so, another big down day, right? Another big down day, and we're going to start to see some type of rubber band set up on the market. I don't think we're there just yet. Yes, we are oversold, via stochastics, but one more big thrust down, I think, would set up a nice rubber band trade to the long side. So we're getting a little bit stretched here on the short side. We might only have a couple more days left, and then I would start planning to go the other way if we see the opportunity. What I will be doing is, using shorter term time frames like a 10-day, 30-minute chart, 3-day, 5-minute chart, to see if any short-term bottoming or reversal patterns start to show, and then I'll use that as kind of my clue that we might get a market bounce at some point, and then to add in some longs on stocks that are stretched. If this is a market where you're getting just nailed, or you don't know how to short or you can't short, best thing to do, you sit back and you make watch lists. I used to do that all the time when I had a day job. I'd literally sit there for a good week or two, and I would just make a wish list of stocks that I want to own if the market shows me what I need to show to get back in it. And then what happens is when the market starts reversing, you've got this sweet watch list. You're not like reaching around trying to get exposure or put risk on the table. You already have a game plan of where to go and what to do. Let's see, New York NYT, right, just sitting here on this 8 spot. We got the 200-day moving average underneath. This one looks like a short. I'd keep this one on watch list. SPRD is short under the 200-day moving average. RGLD, this 85 looks like a key level, so I'll put this one on watch for tomorrow too. My only worry is it's already come down from 90, and so we might be a little bit, a stretch to the downside before, it might need a couple days to kind of base out before it breaks below 85. LE, this is just a nasty looking chart here. It's still a big bear flag. WPRT, right, we had a dead cat bounce into resistance, and now it's starting to roll over. I'm looking at this one for potential shorts, maybe back down to the 23 level. Netflix, just test this 200-day moving average. Looks like a break is coming. Panel, we've got a little bit of a bear flag here. Looks like we're going to break lows. FTK is just kind of sitting around at this 10 spot. I'll be looking for a potential scalp trade short if we can get it. FIO, another bear flag. I think that this one has probably got lower prices in it too if the market keeps going down. Zillow, I've got on watch for a reversal long if the market bounces. This one has just been nailed. I think, we're starting to see slowdown in the selling. OCZ, looking for a potential squeeze, a rip over this 20-day moving average, which has been holding it down. VHC, nice bounce here, right back to where it all started. I think that this one will be a good reversal somewhere, in this range if the market can start to bounce. MCP I've got on watch for a potential